So we did something really bad, or really great, if you think of it how I prefer to think of it. Our names are Mike and Heather. We spent the summer converting our Ford Transit Connect into a camper van with the ultimate goal of traveling to all 50 states. We have already been on one epic road trip, and now that our van has been finished, we're ready to set out on another. Subscribe and join us as we explore the US and try to figure out this whole van life thing. As always, thanks for watching. Good morning, it is now day 2 in Salem. Salem is about a 15-20 minute walk away from our campsite, so it's really not that bad. But just down the street from our campsite is a park that has bikes. We're actually going to bike into Salem to beat some of the parking traffic because we don't necessarily want to drive our van down there and try to find parking again, and we don't really want to walk because today is going to be a very heavy walking day. We're going to see a lot of Salem's historic buildings and the Hocus Pocus ones as well.
How many bikes? 2 bikes. We are on these blue bikes. I don't know if this is really cool or really lame. I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. We quickly stopped off at the van.
I forgot a very important accessory.
We did a quick outfit change because it's definitely a warmer day than we were expecting. We are now officially heading into Salem on our bikes. Broomsticks are out, blue bikes are in. We're riding along, and Salem actually has some good bike trails. This one coming out from the Willows Common has inbound and outbound lanes. Feels pretty safe to ride into town.
And coming up to our right is actually the Hawthorne Hotel. So we're getting closer to Salem Commons and the center of Salem, and hopefully a place that we can return these bikes. Mike just said we might have to go down Essex, which is the busiest street. And yep, we are.
Oh, oh, oh my God, I'm still in love with you. In love with you, yeah. In love, baby, oh, oh, oh my God, I'm still in love with you, yeah. Ooh. Hey, hey. Oh, 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 oh.
Now that we're properly all sweaty, let's go explore Salem. See? Witches on bikes are totally a thing.
The place where you can park your bikes is actually not in a bad spot. We're just off of Essex Street. We're pretty close into Salem where we would want to be, and now we are all set to explore without having to find parking. And it was a fun ride in. I'm so excited. Today is good, off to a good start. So today we're gonna try and hit some historic, significant Salem locations, as well as some places that were from the Hocus Pocus movies.
We're headed down to the witch house now, which is actually by the Ropes Mansion that we learned last time. As you can see, the crowds are already insane for being a Sunday morning. It's like 9:30.
If you're in the know, you walk another couple steps down this sidewalk, and then you get to another Salem thing, which is Allison's house from Hocus Pocus.
Better known as the Ropes Mansion. So this is Allison's house from Hocus Pocus.
If you know, you know.
I think the gardens are free to check out, actually. Just in case you were ever curious about how Allison's house looks like from the back, that's it. And we're heading back down Essex now. Let's go, Buffalo.
Did you see the thing on Twitter where it's like any Bills fan that sees another Bills fan wearing Bills gear has to yell, "Let's go, Buffalo"?
Oh, really? That's awkward.
Yeah.
I just did that.
No, like that's literally like the thing. That or... Yeah, they're in enemy territory today though. We're in New England country. Seen a bunch of Brady's jerseys.
So this is probably the easiest Hocus Pocus location here to find in Salem, which is the Old Town Hall. This is actually where it was like the dance party where everybody was trapped inside of it during the witch's spell, and they all came running out of those green doors that I just took a picture in front of.
This one is nice because it's right on Essex Street, so it's almost a can't miss.
Right now there's a bunch of shops all around it too. So this is the parking lot that we spent the first night in, and it's completely full again. We're back in Salem Commons, which is where we spent the morning yesterday, but we're here because a lot of the outdoor scenes were actually shot here.
Along the side is the location of the school from the movie, so we're going to track that down as well.
This is where they come out with all the silly string because it's Halloween day, and then Max comes and gets his bike over here. and goes and talks to Allison, but she rejects him, gives him back the number right over by those black fences.
I think we've stopped at all the Hocus Pocus spots in Salem that we can that are kind of in this area, but I think it's time for a lunch break, and there's a spot that we saw online and then drove past that we're really excited about.
And that spot is Casa Tequila, which is just a Mexican restaurant, but we are starving and we are going there as soon as it opens because yesterday in Salem we couldn't eat anywhere because everywhere had like a super long line. So we're coming prepared. We're gonna wait in the line as soon as they open and get some Mexican. And then we'll go back out exploring and find more of the Hocus Pocus locations and then stop at some of the actual Salem witch history ones like the Witch Memorial. But first, tacos.
GPS has us 6 minutes away. It opens at 11. We're gonna get there at 11.
It's called strategy, Mike.
Oh my gosh. We're not the first ones here.
Oh my god, we stopped at a crosswalk, so we're here at 11:01 and it's already filling up. We've successfully scored a spot on a nice patio to eat some Mexican.
Alright, chips, salsa. Alright, so we just finished our lunch and now we're gonna do some more walking. We're heading over to the outdoor art murals that they have here.
So that's the restaurant we just ate at. We've crossed the street and are following this path, and you can kind of see the mural starting to peek out right there. Oh, and over there, look at it. This is like an open arts exhibit, basically, where they painted murals on a bunch of the buildings in the area. And I believe that they're always changing, so every time you come there might be a different one to spot. Wow, let's go this way. Whoa, they're like everywhere. Every spot you look and turn. These are huge too. Look at how big those are.
It's the entire like length and height of the building.
They're so detailed. That window is part of it all.
This looks good and like so bright and colorful too.
That one's really colorful. I like that one. Oh yeah. Wow, look at that one. Ooh, that one's really neat. It's like coming off of her crown and onto the ground there. That's a really cool effect. Stumbled across all of these ones. Wow, they have 90 murals, but look at this great project.
So we want to go to this alley and down?
Okay. Oh, look at this big one right off the bat. Oh, look, it's supposed to be like he's showing you the phone, but it's the window. That's so cool.
Oh wow, it caught me by surprise. I can't believe it. Oh wow, I can't believe my eyes.
I would not have pictured this as Salem. It's just a really great project and really cool to step away from the hustle and bustle a little bit of Salem and come explore, I guess, the real Salem. We're just exploring some of these alleys in the buildings with the different murals on our way to two different shops. So we're gonna go try to find that Enchanted Shop as well as a candy shop. So this candy shop is special because it is the oldest candy shop in the nation. We're definitely walking more towards the tourism side of Salem here. There's more and more witch hats popping up. So we're coming up on the Enchanted store now. I don't know if it'll be any different than the thousands of other shops that we've already gone into yesterday and today, but it's always fun to look around. So we did something really bad, or really great if you think of it how I prefer to think of it. We may have spent way too much money in that witch shop, but hands down, both of our favorite witch shops in all of Salem. The witch who runs it is the Witch of Salem. Like, that's the one that Mike had mentioned. It was the one that was given that title by the governor. If you could only go into one witch shop while you're here in Salem, this one right here. And now we're gonna drown our sorrows and how much money we just dropped with some candy.
We got blackjacks and gibralters, which are what they were originally making at the candy shop way back in what, 1806 when it opened. We're gonna see what those are and how they taste.
Right now we're heading back to the van, which is at that one park, so we're gonna walk back, but then we'll come back out because we still have a couple more things to do in Salem. But first, back to the van to try our treats and drop off our trinket.
And to recharge batteries just a little bit. We have like no phone charging batteries.
That too. We can't look up anywhere else to go.
Right now we're unable to get any new directions, so we're just heading in the way we know.
We are back at our campground now after that quick walk up here.
Yeah, so we had actually parked a little bit away from the campsite, so we walked back to the van and then just drove the rest of the way over to here, but actually like a pretty doable walk.
But we're here at the campground to, one, charge all of our devices so that way we can continue exploring Salem because we don't have all of the locations that we wanted to go to memorized, and also to show off our new haul of stuff that we got today that we're really excited about. First, we'll start with the candy, and if you're hearing music behind us, because we're at the campground, there's actually a wedding going on right now, but that's what that noise is from. We're gonna dive into our candy now.
Okay, so we have gibralters, which I'm not sure what they are.
Famous Salem gibralters.
So this is like,
What is that?
I think it's one.
Kind of looks like a bar of soap. I did not expect it to be crunchy.
It's like a lemon drop.
These are good. Now on to the one that I'm very nervous about. These are blackjacks. It says they were the first stick candies made and sold commercially in the United States. I gotta say that I'm not too excited to try these candies because they seem like they're not going to be the best tasting things. This one is an old-fashioned molasses. Oh gosh. I don't know what to think of it. It's not bad. Kinda doesn't really have a taste, and then it kinda tastes like root beer after you finally get a taste.
Not bad.
No, I'm pleasantly surprised by this candy. And they had a lot of other like more modern candies too, but these are the two that they're known for and are on their sign of being like the original candy shop in America. These two would have been in that shop.
Back in 1806.
Yeah.
So this is like
hundreds
old
of
school.
years ago.
Yeah.
So we're trying the same candy and the same recipes from back then. Now comes the fun part, finally showing you what's inside our mystery purple bag.
Enchanted, if you're looking for material from Laurie Cabot, who is the official witch of Salem, Enchanted is probably the place to go for that.
Yes.
And we really did enjoy the history of witches, so we wanted something that was kind of like related to that.
I don't even think the whole thing's in frame.
It might not be, but basically it's a spell cord or a spell robe. This one is from Laurie Cabot, and what's really cool about this one is it's travel themed, it's water themed.
This is a spell, and it says, this magic cord will have the one who owns it to travel to many mystical places, so mote it be.
I'm not sure how much we completely buy into it, but I think just the idea of it and how cool it was from that standpoint inspired us to get it. In addition to that, we got a small spell pouch for Appa.
Good luck, travel. So hopefully going forward, this means a lot of good things for us as far as traveling and luck goes. So we're gonna wrap all this up and go check out the campsite while we still got a little bit of daylight, and hopefully after all of our ramblings that we just did now, our cell phones are charged enough to go back on to Salem. Souvenirs are put away in Appa for now, and we're just gonna go walk around the campsite real quick.
Here at our spot, you kind of come up the hill and you just park here.
So that's where you're actually supposed to camp. It's like a tent camping spot, but you can park your car up here. So we've just parked the van here and walked down to that spot.
This is also like a park that you can come to. So you would pay like a day admission, and they have other things here. There's like a pavilion set up that you can go to. There's a beach that you can go hang out at. There's a boat launch. So there's a lot that you can kind of do even just here.
That's the entrance that you come in, and then straight down this road is the check-in point, and off to the right is that pavilion that I was talking to you about that you can hear the music, and there's a wedding going on. Over to the right, once you get down this main drag, has some more RV parking, but there was RV parking on greenery up at the top as well. This is the boat launch area. Right there is the Winter Island office and store, and a lighthouse you can walk to. You can actually rent kayaks and go out on the ocean, and it does look like there's some people out there, but the waves are pretty choppy today. But we're gonna keep down this path and go check out that lighthouse. There's actually another walking path that takes you to the beach on the other side, although today's not a beach day, but it's still a very nice part of the park where if it wasn't a warm and sunny day, you could definitely enjoy the beach as well as kayaking. The lighthouse straight ahead, and they even have some benches that you can come and enjoy the view. Pretty cool how close you can actually get to it even though it's in the water. To the right of the lighthouse, the path continues to the beach area, and we're gonna head that way right now to check it out. Whoa, look at all the seagrass that washed up.
Yeah.
Oh, during the summer, you wouldn't have all the seagrass here, but still very nice looking beach with a great view. Now that we've got you oriented around the campground a little bit better, we're actually gonna head out of it and check off the last couple things on our list to accomplish here in Salem.
What do you think? Do we try and drive into Salem? Do we try and bike into Salem? Do we walk into Salem? I think those are our three options.
We decided to drive. It was the easiest way to get out to Max's house from the movie Hocus Pocus. And Max's house is a little bit out of downtown Salem, so we're gonna drive there and then hit up that cookie spot, all to come back to the campground and enjoy the last night before we head back to our apartment in Buffalo. This is why we were a little bit hesitant to drive through Salem, because parking is terrible and it's always super busy. Well, you have to pay very close attention while you're driving, so it is almost easier to walk and bike around Salem than it is to try to park, or honestly get a taxi or an Uber. This is Salem Commons, which is that park, and to our right is where we're gonna go to get those cookies later. They actually blocked off the street to the house, I'm assuming because it's such a popular thing to go do. Yeah, there's a lot of people walking down there.
Minutes.
Yeah, a lot of this says resident sticker parking, but we might risk it for the biscuit, if you know what I'm saying. We got Minnesota, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia. There's a lot of people doing this. I think we can get away with parking here for a second.
Virginia here.
Yeah, so if one of us goes down, we all go down.
It is, of course, related to Hocus Pocus and Salem and Halloween. It's October. There's definitely going to be people out here, but just being respectful of the fact that this is private property and someone's home. So we'll probably take a picture from like across the street and not try and like crowd the area. And I would hope that other people were being respectful.
So
we're actually good.
Yeah, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So weekends are fine and overnight is fine.
Yeah.
So actually, if you're van lifing, maybe you could van life overnight park out here. I'm not saying to do it, but I think by the rule of the sign. So we're not doing anything illegal and still get to go check out the house, so that's good. Oh wow. Okay, so we've been seeing a lot of people walk up and down the street, but I was not expecting this much still to be right here. These people have just got to like go on vacation for the entire month of October, right? Because this would be totally annoying. And there it is in all its glory. Up top there is where the book lights up and illuminates, and that's how the Sanderson sisters find where the book is. We are leaving Max's house. I have to say, it was a bit of a free-for-all. It was insane. Like, people were running up to like the steps or right in front of the windows, and that's just got to be so awkward if they're home. Heather was saying, like, I bet they just leave for the entire month of October. That's what I would do. So it was a really cool location, and I guess I didn't realize how close it was to the water, so that was pretty neat to see. I wish I could have stayed there and enjoyed it a little bit longer, but there was huge hordes of people, and I didn't want to be one of those people that made it difficult for any of the people that live down there, but I am grateful that we got to see it. Check that off the bucket list of Hocus Pocus locations, because we've been to Salem now 3 times, so I guess 3rd time's the charm to be able to actually see that one as well, because I would argue that that's just as famous as the Town Hall or the Ropes Mansion, or just as iconic for the Hocus Pocus movies. I think we're gonna head into Salem now to try to find a parking spot. Fingers crossed we are able to get one, but if not, we're just gonna make our way back up the hill to our campground or that park to end up parking the van and walking back down to explore. So hopefully the next time you see us, we'll be in a parking lot and not walking down the hill, because we have to walk back up that at the end of the night. I'm so excited. We found parking. It's street parking, but it's literally right across the street from where we parked overnight that first night in Clop Alley. But we did it. We found parking in downtown Salem. First try.
Turns out those luck bags work after all.
I mean it for a second, close your eyes. Baby, do your best to concentrate your mind. Fix it upon whatever you like.
Alright, we got the goods.
I wanna waste a while with you, baby, in the living room. I'm never gonna sleep again, you lovely creature.
All right, so we are in the back of the van in the campground. The wedding is still going strong. We're hearing the music, but we got the cookies and we're about to try them. So we're super excited about it.
We got 3 different flavors. They came out super fresh, so
They're still warm.
they're still warm, still gooey. This one's like a crunch fatty. It has a bunch of crunch pieces. It's like vanilla pudding dough. What do you think?
It's just a really warm chocolate chip cookie.
That's really good.
This is our dinner, by the way. Okay, cookie number 2. This one has an eyeball on it. That's good. This is definitely the vanilla one. Do you like it? That's probably my favorite so far.
And the last one is like an Oreo one. That one's really good. It's like super chocolate Oreo.
These are from Fatty's, by the way, which is basically a late night junk food. They kind of blew up and became super popular, and they're now a big tourist hotspot, which is why we were there.
Super easy to find, especially late night. There's gonna be a line, so it's not too difficult to locate, but really good cookies.
It's a really neat hangout area, and they actually have unlimited milk too. So if you did end up staying there, you could have lots of milk to dunk the cookies into. This vanilla one definitely was my favorite.
Nice.
So I'm gonna finish this one and you can get the other 2.
All right, so I think we're gonna eat the rest of these and probably just stuff our face full. So we'll leave you here tonight. This is our last night in Salem. It's our last night on the road for this road trip. Tomorrow morning, we're heading back to Buffalo and hopefully planning another one of these real soon.
Until then, good night.
I'm living